speaking of changes, so
Silver Surfers have penises. Okay, that's the way it is. You let a surfboard without a penis.
it's just people are losing their collective shit. I need a new phone.
What's wrong?
It's just old.
You're old.
Good comeback.
You are.
Get like a new third grade book. This is outdated.
Why don't you buy me one, you prick?
How long are you going to keep this
Till it
iPhone
breaks.
6?
It's not. It's an 11.
Ooh.
Well, what's the new one? A 13?
11. Why don't you just wear a sign that says I'm poor?
I don't need a sign. I have an iPhone 11. Bazinga. We didn't have a funny banter in the beginning.
You said you didn't want banter.
You're an idiot. Put that in.
You're just. Why are you so nasty to me all the time?
NFL kickoff rule.
You need to speak up. This is you.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You can hear me perfectly.
No, you can't.
Yes, you
can't
can. I hear me. I listen to it.
Yeah, now you can hear like that. You have to be slightly angry at all times.
I'm always slightly angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
Like the Hulk, like a lower version of the Hulk, just slightly angry. All right, so guess what? I have good news for you this week.
You're leaving the podcast?
I'm training my replacement. No, I have no comic books to show you this week.
God. Will you buy any?
I did not buy any new ones. No, this is a bare week.
Good.
A bare week. No incoming books. Nothing special.
Nothing incoming.
Nothing. No, I don't think. I think I probably have like 1 or 2 pre-orders incoming, but I didn't even look on eBay this week.
Why? You okay?
Yeah. That's how I showed depression. My eBay purchasing just tumbles down.
Well, I'm happy about it.
You're happy there's no comic?
We're not doing double next time either.
Yeah, no, I have to make up for it. I'm going to buy you
3 shitty comics a week.
I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy ones I don't even really want. These are just going to be Dave Spite books. So just bring up shit I don't even know about or care about, just so you have to endure it. No, but instead, guess what we're going to replace it with? NFL kickoff rules.
Just lost the nerd.
This is insane news.
It came out of nowhere.
It just came out of nowhere. I didn't even hear
it. The owners vote?
Yeah, I think the owners vote on it, and I think the players have to sign off on it as well at some point. Players Union, yeah. Yeah, well, that's who represents the players.
It don't mean all the players like it.
No, I know, but they vote on.
Signed off on the tackle thing, and they don't like that either.
Yeah, but most of them do. The representatives
think so?
Otherwise, they would get rid of
their... complaining all the time.
They'd get rid of the representatives if they didn't like the job they were doing. So this is good for everyone, though. Of course, it's instant pitching.
Why is it good for everybody?
Because first of all, you're going to get more special teams players with this rule. It's going to be more important for special teams players. They're not going to be as disposable. Like special teams is going to have
same amount of people on a team.
No, not the amount, but the skill level involved. Like you're going to have to really block your ass off, because now it's going to be 7 players on the receiving team have to have a foot on the 35-yard line. Okay. And then players on the kickoff team cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or a player in landing zone or end zone. So they're basically going to be like 10, 15 yards away from each other. It's kind of like a
rugby.
A little bit like rugby, or they're going to be like, just a defensive and an offensive line kind of, but just all the way up and down the field. So
you think you get more kick returns for
you're
touchdowns or more?
You're going to get a ton more kick returns. You're going to get an absolute shitload more kick returns. Plus, they're incentivizing not to get a touchback.
You want like a shitty kicker?
No, you got to have a kicker that knows, how to control it.
Did they change the onside rules at all?
The onside kick is the exact same rules, except that you have to announce that you're doing it first. So the only thing that's a casualty is there's no surprise onside kicks anymore, which happened, I don't know how often, once or twice, every 5 years you see something like that. Yeah, how often did that happen? It happened once in the Super Bowl. They did it once. I forgot who did it, but it was a big deal in the Super Bowl one time. But this is going to...
It sucks for fantasy. Like less time on the field for the other players.
What do you mean less time on the field?
Like if you're doing if you're kicking you're running back a touchdown, then the offense doesn't come on the field as much.
Well, no, they're going to get better field position. There's probably going to be less kickoff returns for a touchdown with this system, because the lines are already all the way up there. I don't think they're. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe it is easier to get a touchdown from the kickoff now, because if you can just kind of break through those lines,
you get through that first.
Yeah, we're at full, and you're running full speed.
Right.
Maybe guys. You know what you might see? You might see superstars start to run back kickoffs.
Great.
Like,
and then you're going to see injuries from
well,
superstars.
they'll probably maybe only do it if the game's on the line. Like, hey, game's on the line for the Dolphins, right? You got Tyreek Hill back there. I'm putting him in. I'm letting him kick. I'm letting him return that kick. That's your best shot. That he can just burn right through those two lines and go all the way.
It's weird they don't do that more often anyway. You don't see like fourth quarter kick return
because the chances of getting hurt are super high. The chances now of getting hurt are very low, because no one's.
Are they ever low?
The defense, well, it's a lot lower, because the defense is now not running at you full speed from all the way down the field. Those horrible collisions aren't going to happen anymore. So you're going to have a lot less. Well, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are, you're ruining football. That's it. Why is football?
We know what kind of people.
The best one, the best comment is, football's so damn soft. Yeah, woke. It's soft. Now baseball is soft too, because they have the blocking the plate rule that they're calling you out for. Yeah. So now they're saying, why is baseball so soft? Baseball's not a contact sport, dude. Baseball's not supposed to be a contact sport.
No one even watches baseball now. Everyone's upset.
Actually, people are watching baseball now because of these rule changes. Really? Yeah, people are. The ratings are better because the games are shorter because of the pitch clock.
Well, the pitch clock is better.
Well, everyone bitched about that too. You're ruining the sanctity.
Old heads bitched about
You're ruining the sanctity of baseball. Meanwhile, now you can actually get out of a game in 2.5 hours or less.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, because there were 3-hour games.
And then nothing's happening. Nothing's changed.
No, it's fine. It's perfect. In fact, the pitchers are saying they get into more of a rhythm, because it just makes the whole game smooth. Because it wasn't just the pitcher's fault; it was the batters too.
They'd step out every second.
Step out. Got to adjust my fucking gloves every 3. What is with the gloves? Like, they were just tight 2 seconds ago. One swing loosened up the gloves.
Shitty gloves.
Or better yet, they do a check swing, something like that. Yeah, check swing. And I still got to adjust my gloves. So that had to stop, because it was just taking way too much time. This is nonsense.
You should have them. You pick up your bat at the plate and you get one swing.
It's like basketball rules. Yeah. Everyone gets one swing. One swing. Yeah. And you got to swing at the first, no matter what the pitch is, you got to swing at it. And the bat's on fire. The bat's going to be on fire. It's coming down to your hands. You got to wear like flame retardant gloves. Yeah. Just make it extreme baseball.
Super fireball.
Super fireball.
What was it called in Friends?
Ultimate Fireball.
Ultimate Fireball.
How about Ultimate? Joey brought out the bowling ball, I think.
With new Ultimate Fireball.
Ultimate Fireball. But overall, baseball way better off with the rule changes, because it would suck to lose like a really good player or a catcher because of the collision or whatever. Coming home, sliding into home. They should just be more skillful and be able to tag the guy out. It's not supposed to be. They're not padded. They're not wearing pads or anything.
Block the plate to tag a guy.
No, you don't. But you have to be mindful of where, because what happens is the catcher will lose like where they are, and then the throw comes and maybe the throw's not on line, so you go to where the throw is, and now you're blocking the.
But if you're standing right behind the bag,
but that's the skill.
Right, if you're standing right behind the bag, that's legal.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes when you get say the right field or the right fielder's throwing it in, and it's a little offline, you got to come off from where you are.
Well, let's say the catcher's throwing a guy out he's going from first to second.
Yeah.
Can the second baseman stand behind the bag?
Yeah, as long as he's not in the way of the runner.
When you catch it, you tag him.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're complaining that if they get pulled off from the throw, well then hey, that's a shitty throw.
Yeah, throw it.
So it's not a good throw. So you got to be a lot more skillful with the throw to home.
I don't think steals have been up this year.
Well, it's only a couple of weeks in, but they were
but
way up last year. Way up.
Yeah.
They'll be up this year too.
Well, because they widened. I mean, they made the bags larger.
Yeah, the bags are a little bit bigger.
And they did something else.
Yeah, it's good for baseball. It's good running.
Excitement.
Stealing a base is exciting. Yeah, it's much better. You got to up the scoring a little bit somehow. You got to make sure that players stay healthy, and they get injured as it is. Might as well help them out by not having.
They don't even get injured stealing base. They get injured running out to their assignment.
Cramps. Yeah, I don't understand all the injuries in baseball. It's too many injuries for that kind of game.
A lot of soft tissue injuries in baseball.
Yeah, because they're all probably
and
hamstrings. What are you saying? They're taking something?
I mean,
some of the testing is good now.
Yeah, but some of them are too big. They're just too big. And a lot of them are getting too big too quick. You're growing your muscles before your ligaments can catch up, and you're pulling shit. It's not normal. It's not
right. Unnatural.
Yeah.
Some of these baseball players do look like they could play football. Yeah, like Judge looks like he could play tight end. All right. Well, since there was I have no comics to show, but I do have this really cool story about an Action Comics #1 being sold for a record amount, $6 million, new record for a comic book. It's a CGC 8.5, and it's got a prestige pedigree to it, which means it's from like a very prestigious collection.
What's the highest graded Action Comics?
I think this might be it. 8.5. I've never seen.
So what do you think? Like a 9?
I think there are higher ones, but they're restored.
What's that go for?
That's still going to be a lot of money. I don't know what it went for. It's got to be in the million. And there should be no Action Comics #1 that's not complete. That's not $1 million.
How ridiculous is that?
Well, why is it ridiculous?
I mean, it's just
it's rare.
I know, but
why is that any different than what the paper money is worth? It's sign its value.
It's not. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Money is ridiculous.
I know. It's just so ridiculous.
It's all made up.
I know. Like
we just assign values to pieces of paper.
I mean, someone paid,
and we say they're worth something.
I know.
The whole economy is ridiculous.
It's just all based on nonsense.
It's all based on nonsense. It's based on I want this, I want that thing.
It's so fragile. It's such a stupid,
super fragile.
All people agreeing that this is how we're doing it.
All of society is a social contract. Okay,
Remember when you're little, you thought like the Declaration of Independence was like some sort of. It's nothing.
It's a piece of paper.
We're all agreeing to go by.
Only as strong as
some of us are agreeing.
Yeah, it's only
about half of us.
It's only as strong as everyone's agreement.
I know.
That's it.
So it's nothing.
Though when you're driving on the road, we all agree that those white dotted lines separate us.
I don't agree. I rarely agree.
We agree to stop at the red.
Depends on how late I am as to whether I agree.
And go at the green. We all just agree. There's a law, but there's no law without us all agreeing. If at some point we all stop agreeing, that's the end of society. That's when when police, if police abuse their power and everyone decides, the laws don't apply evenly. Okay, that's it. That's the end of society. Because everyone now has decided that those laws only work for some people, and I'm just not going to follow them. That's the, say goodbye to society. But we all just assign, we assign.
This is crazy how fragile and,
very fragile. We just arbitrarily agree that these things are worth money. Yeah. And then, this is worth a certain amount of money because it's so rare, and it's not just about rare. You can have the rarest rock in the world. No one gives a shit.
Rare.
It's got to be coveted as well. It's got to be both. Got to have the combo, rare and be coveted. And who doesn't want this? I would sell my soul for one of these. I mean, I'll never have one of these ever, but have a reprint. That's the closest I'll ever come.
You could steal one.
I always thought that'd be a good movie.
We talked about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, they can't steal it. This is copyrighted now.
Is it?
It's on here. Yeah. Proof. So if anyone steals our idea,
just give us money.
We'll sell it. We are so easy.
Sell out.
Quick. We will set the land speed record for selling out to anyone who wants to buy our ideas. But yes, $6 million. And then what do you do with it? What do you do with it? You have this comic book. What do you do with it?
You put it in the mantle somewhere. It's got to have its own wall.
A mantle? What, over the chimney? Not a good
It's
place for that book.
mantle. You put over a chimney.
That's the way the mantle is. It's like
Doesn't
over.
have to be over a
Your
chimney.
fire, not a chimney, a fireplace. Sorry,
It could be a
fireplace.
fake fireplace.
The electric ones.
Yeah.
I would build. I mean, if you have this kind of money, you have enough money to build a room for
Or
it.
you just, unless you gave all your money.
That's
to
it.
You're just
I had
living in your
6
car.
million. I had $6,000,001. Now I have $1. I would build a whole room. First of all, it'd be a secret entrance room. You know, it would be like
How rich? Yeah, I guess.
no,
somebody's gotta be rich.
it'd go all out. You'd be, you'd do the Batman piano thing or something, or you turn the knob
who's
under
that
the
for?
statue for me. It's for who else is it for? And then you slide, maybe I don't know if you slide down a pole into bed, but now you're in bed. Now that's Batman. So how do you do like a Fortress of Solitude secret room?
An ice room.
Yeah, a nice room, real ice. That'd be the way to do it.
Yeah, like a freezer.
Yeah, but it's real.
A freezer, real freezer.
Your electric bill is like $9,000 a month.
And you eventually
Just-
get locked in there and die.
Just for this comic book, just for the room of this comic book. Yeah, so it's like someone gets
Of
locked in
course.
there, like in an
Yeah,
old
that's-
sitcom.
That's an accident waiting to happen.
But you couldn't have the room that cold because it would damage the book.
Well, you put it in a ice proof. There's got to be some sort of proof
so
material.
it's like in a cooler inside
then
the ice
some
room.
kind of thick brick, glass or something.
I would
Adamantium, you put it in.
what?
Adamantium, you put it in.
Adamantium. You go ask for that, custom made. Can you make this out of adamantium? You got to get out of my store right now, sir. Like immediately.
I told you no last week.
I would hire Dean Cain just to sit by it.
I think he would. He's probably looking for work.
He's just there all the time. He attends to it.
Hey, Dean. Hey.
Hey, Dean. I'd punish him.
Dress him in
'cause
a
He's,
security outfit.
he's my least favorite
He has to
Superman.
dress up as Superman while he guards it.
Right. He's going to sit in the costume. And you have to give him an amount of
old
money.
version.
You give him money that he can't refuse the job. So he has to take it. But he's just in misery. He's your guard. All your friends come over to see your Action Comics #1.
Look,
Is that
Dean
Dean Cain?
Hey,
Yeah. He pays good. I couldn't turn it down.
Dean, do the thing. Do the thing.
Make him do tricks. Sit by my book, you bitch.
You could probably get Terry Hatcher at this point too if you wanted to.
Get the duo.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, if you would have just kept one of those, how many people had that in their hands?
I mean, whatever the print run was, I don't know what the original print run of that book.
How many do you think they made?
I really don't know. And they were
Thousands?
only a dime. Can you imagine if I would waste, like time travel would be completely wasted on me because I would go back to 1938.
Why is that wasted?
Because there's like so many, if you just want to get rich, there's so much easier ways to do it.
How easy is that to just pick up a bunch of comic books?
Yeah, but you can't take them back with you. You can't bring them back with you
Why not?
because they will not look like they're from 1938. They'll look brand new. People will say they're fake.
But they're not.
Yeah, I know. You know that.
I kept them pristine. Isn't there a way to check?
No, because the paper will look pristine and brand new. It will look not aged. Even in a book that's been kept in really nice condition for all this time, it still has a certain amount of age to it. It's paper.
You get one shot to go back. You just grab a bunch of these. You come back and they're fucking worthless. Can you imagine?
Well, you'd have to somehow age them. So what I would do is in 1938, you have to find like some kind of bank that's still there or a safe deposit box or something like that. And you have to put them in and let them age naturally, but in pristine condition.
They're going to age in a box like
Yes,
that?
there's still, it's paper. It decomposes naturally over time, but you got to make sure that they're airtight. So it decomposes, as little as possible. So if anyone would have like dated or like if they brought it to an expert to look at the paper through like a microscope and see if it actually was that old, it would still look like it was that. It would still be that old,
But
but
if
it
you
would be
just left the comic book out?
no.
No, I'm saying, what would happen? Like, how bad would it get?
Well, it'd have to be in an air conditioned room.
Yeah.
In the dark. If
Yeah.
you left it in the sun, you're done.
What if you leave it in like a dark box? What if you
just
left
a
it in
dark box?
lockbox?
It'll be okay. It'll be okay, but it'll be better. It might discolor depending on the temperature in the room over time.
Temperature could discolor it?
Yeah, humidity, all that stuff's important.
Is that
Factor.
science? Right.
You're like the last bully. You're the last bully left on Earth.
Science.
That'd be a good movie. The Last Bully. You know, he didn't.
The unfreeze a bully.
He gets unfrozen, right, or something like that. That sounds like a Sandler movie. That's a Sandler movie. The Last Bully guy, a bully in the 1980s, gets like frozen.
And he doesn't know about the news.
He doesn't know about all,
say things.
Right, and he gets unfrozen. He just got to go to high school in 2024.
That's funny.
That's a good idea. No, don't take our idea.
No,
That's a good one
or
for
take
Sandler.
it and pay us.
Right.
Either way, I'd rather not do the work.
Right.
Take it, make
I
it,
would
pay
just.
me.
That'd be the best job. Just come up with movie synopsis.
Ideas guy.
Yeah, just idea man.
That's what a writer is, isn't it?
Yeah, you just come up with ideas.
I don't write the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just come up with the subject.
Here's the idea. You write it. That'd be perfect for Adam Sandler. You know?
Well, now?
No, like for him to make the movie, like a Happy Madison production.
Right. But who's the bully?
Yeah, I don't know.
The bully, Shane Gillis.
You gotta have a kid, dummy.
Nobody's.
He's got to go to high school. He can't be that old. He can be maybe a little old to make it funny, but it's got to be young-ish.
He's in his 30s, isn't he?
He's got to. Yeah, I mean, you got to get someone that's like in their like early 20s. You can't go higher than that. You got to be able to go to back to high school. 21 Jump Street. Like 21 Jump Street. It was funny because they looked a little old to be in high school. Like you can do that kind of old. He has to deal with like cancel culture and, PC.
He's like, you're gay. Now everyone goes, whoa.
They did a little of that in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they kind of did.
They did a little bit, but it's even more different now though, I think, you know. I don't even think they have lockers now. There's not even they don't even have lockers because they're afraid like kids will like keep guns and shit in them.
Jesus Christ!
Right, so they have to like carry. They have they don't
carry all their books.
No, they don't have books. Everything's on the laptop.
Oh yeah.
There's no more books. Yeah,
Stupid.
everything is on their laptop.
So how do they get
all the
scoliosis?
software? Drastic drop in scoliosis.
You know how many pounds of books I used to carry?
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was so heavy.
Probably really bad.
Especially biking to school.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Biking.
Yeah. So many books. And they were all thick.
Yeah, they were. History books were big, stupid books.
Yeah, and you had to like time it out. So like, I got to have book periods 1, 2, and 3 in my backpack because then I'll be able to go to my locker and have, 1 minute there and get the books I need for the next 2 periods. They don't have to deal with any of that anymore. Everything's on the laptop.
It's soft.
So this is a rumor. I hate these things. Rumors? I really hate these. Yeah, I don't because you don't know if they're.
You know, like the ones I swear about you.
If they're true, it's like then it's like a spoiler, and if it's not, it's like why are you getting me nervous?
Aren't they usually not true?
I don't know.
This early.
I don't know what the I don't know what the percentage is on whether they are true or not true. I don't know if they are most of the time or not. This one says it's from trusted insider. This is an insider.
Insider.
Daniel.
I'm an insider.
Daniel RPK. Saying that corn sweat. Is that how you say it? Corn sweat. Corn sweat.
There's no way that's it. Why can't we get anything right? One show without ruining something.
His name's
Cornswet.
David
Cornswet.
Cornswet. Cornswet.
Smith. Just change it. You're famous now. I'm an idiot.
Change it to David Superman.
Yeah.
At least for this movie, just be David Superman.
How do they say it?
I think it's Cornswet. Cornswet.
Cornswet.
Cornsweet.
Cornsweet. Something is silent in that name.
I mean, if they're doing Ultraman, Bizarro right away.
His initials are DC.
Oh yeah, DC. It's meant to be.
Or he's the end of L.
I think he's going to be great. I do. He's got the look. He's got the build.
I don't like that picture of him. Looks a little weird.
Well, this is like CGI. So I mean, that's CGI. This is AI. He hasn't posed for anything.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do Bizarro Ultraman right away, I'm very skittish about that. Because like you're introducing it, and right away you're going to have an evil Superman before even establishing Superman in this world.
Than one shitty Superman, 2 shitty Supermen. Maybe they think it'll rule out.
Why will no one do Brainiac? I mean, they did Brainiac a little on that
That's more of a
Krypton.
second movie. I think.
The Krypton show did Brainiac. Brainiac's
great.
his best enemy. Brainiac's great. I don't know
if
why.
this is even true.
No, that's why that's why I hate these things. It's like it's
Well-
getting me upset, and it could be
I mean, don't
completely
spread 'em.
false. No, I fall asleep at night now. I don't want this. I don't want them to be.
What's
I don't want
that?
them to do Ultraman right away. You know, you could have, even if you just did Lex, he can make Metallo. You know, and Metallo can be much more badass than he's been depicted in, like, remember the Superboy show? He was in that, or even in the cartoons. He's really a pain in Superman's ass. They should have something like that, or he's got.
How about just Origin? I
he's
want
got-
just up to the farm, and that's it.
Just cut it out right there. He's got Parasite. Parasite's a good one
I don't
too.
even know that one.
Yeah, he drains him. He can drain his energy by touching him.
Lois does that too.
Especially this Lois. I can't wait for this Lois. This is going to be the best Lois. I think she has a super high bar, because everyone's so excited because of how
Here's my prediction.
great a job she did with Mrs.
This is
Maisel.
my prediction for the movie. She is the only good part of
Really?
the whole movie.
Why are
Yeah.
you saying
You're
that?
gonna say, "Oh, Lois was great," but the rest of it was garbage.
Why are you such a Debbie
Past-
Downer?
It's going by past.
Going by past? What does that have to do with anything? It's a brand
know.
new writer. It's a whole new take.
I like to be surprised rather than let.
So you're
down.
just going to set a low bar, and,
Yeah.
and then
That's what I
if
do
it's
with
good,
everything.
go in with low expectations.
Sure.
Low expectations.
Everything should be low expectations. That's how I live my life.
Is that your memoir?
Low expectations. Even the book is a letdown.
Keeps in theme. Speaking of soups, I'm on a
What a Superman. We're too Superman heavy.
nothing wrong with Superman. I was looking at this infographic came up with all of the S shields on it throughout the years. What's your like top 3 Superman shields?
I like the Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
But I don't like the coloring they did. I like the
I
Man
like
of
the
Steel
coloring.
logo with the original coloring.
The brighter,
Yeah.
because they use more like
I
a
don't like
crimson and like a
Snyder
gold.
dark shit.
Well,
With
but
black in it.
in Justice League, the Josh Whedon cut,
Yeah,
it was
Whedon
very
brightened
bright.
It up.
It was very bright.
Whedon did
Yeah,
that. He put some color in it.
It looked good in that one. Yeah, it looked very bright. I think that is my number one as well as Man of Steel.
But the bright one.
Yeah, the bright one. Yeah. My number 2 all time is the Fleischer. Definitely the Fleischer, with the red S and the black background.
I don't like it. I don't like any of that.
Why?
Get rid of that whole row.
I like the Fleischer one. It's a unique feel. That cartoon was those cartoons.
Pretentious. You're being pretentious.
No,
I
those
like it because it's cool to like it.
those cartoons hold up even to today's standards.
Who cares? I'm talking
They're
about the cartoon.
brilliantly
What about
drawn,
the S?
brilliantly animated. Those are amazing cartoons.
Garbage.
You have no soul. You have no.
I know.
There's not an artistic bone in your body.
Bullshit. I can draw. I'll bring my drawings on there.
I like how you take it as an immediate alpha beta challenge. Get your fucking pad out right now. We're gonna draw it out. We're gonna draw it out right now. How many push-ups can you do? How many push-ups?
I'm left-brained.
Okay, and what's
I
your
like
your
the
number
new
2?
ones. I like the first. I like the Man of Steel, and then I like that one in the 2011
Action Comics number 1.
Action Comics #1, and then I like the one next to it, the 2006 Superman Returns.
Superman Returns one had potential. I liked how it was kind of curved. That was cool. They just made it. It was too small for the
Yeah, it was a
costume.
little weird.
It was a little.
Yeah.
It was a little
Tiny.
They needed to scale it up some.
I don't know what.
I don't know why
what
they
he's
made
doing
it
with
so
that
small.
too. What are people
Yeah,
doing?
I don't know.
Why don't they just ask us?
Right.
My phone's on all the time. The new cartoon, they give him electrical powers. Did you see that? There's some new anime cartoon.
You don't
coming out.
remember? You don't remember when Superman Blue and Superman Red happened in the comics?
Mm-mm.
His what was it exactly?
This isn't the same thing, though, I don't think.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
You saw what they were doing?
Yes, it's the same thing. The Electric Blue
They're all
Superman
pissed.
is
Everyone's
that was like a crazy thing they did back in the I don't know if it was I think it was the 90s or the early O's. I think it was in the 90s, and that was like everyone hated it, and now you give things like a decade later, and people are like, oh yeah, that's cool, and they bring it back, and then now the old book was selling again, and then his son got the electrical powers too for a little while.
So if you buy all the comics that people hate right now,
right.
in 20 years, you'll be right.
It's not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy because things come around.
Buy up all the gay characters and the woman characters right now, because in 20 years, you're sitting on a fortune.
You might not be wrong about that.
If
you
we're
really
all
might
here.
not, because you're right. Yeah, if the world survives. But that might not be the worst
start
strategy.
doing that.
Yeah. It might not be the worst strategy because everything comes around. Eventually, everything becomes normalized. Like, especially with his son, okay? It's Superman's son. Like, the first appearance of that character, it's not worth that much right now because of mostly because of all the controversy and, people just like, why are they shoving it down our throats? All that bullshit.
That he has a son?
All that bullshit. Because he's gay, right? So, or bisexual. So that character, when everything becomes normalized, eventually more, really normalized, where no one gives a shit anymore, the first appearance of Superman's legit son is gonna be worth something. If that character gets a series, gets a movie, anything like that, that book will be worth something. I was gonna say I had an analogy.
That's right. Your analogies suck anyway.
No, like black characters, right? Like that one point. Hey, careful now, because that's nobody bats an eye at a black character now. But look what they had to.
Some people still do.
Well, yeah,
Both eyes.
But look what they had to go through to get normalized. That they had to go through all the bullshit. Like, oh, why are you making black? Like, look, even Miles Morales went through a lot of bigotry and hate.
Everyone loves it.
And now, you could still find someone that's a bigot against, Miles, saying, why'd they make a black Spider-Man? Look how successful that is, But they had to go through all the bullshit
It
first.
was just a good movie. No one cares what color he is.
No,
It's just
not
a great
now.
movie.
Yeah, not now. But when he came out in the comics, people were irate about a black Spider-Man. They were irate about it. Why are you stealing our characters? Meanwhile,
Stealing our character.
Peter Parker didn't go anywhere. It was just another character. He never replaced Peter Parker. He didn't even start out in the same universe as him.
Is it like a fear, like they don't want to miss out on a movie?
They feel like that's less time for them, less content for them, that this character is going to replace my character. It's like all of a sudden, if a new minority character comes along, it's like everything that happened in the past with their character no longer exists.
It's like if you have an ex-girlfriend and like she started dating a new guy.
Yeah.
And like you're worried about like, that's your ex-girlfriend. Don't worry what she's doing.
Well, it's not a replacement. It's just an addition. It's something
that's
new.
A different relationship.
I think that's legal in Utah. I think they have Utah. Utah does that. But they don't lose what they had. They think that all the books they ever read just go away. All the stories go away. All the movies.
You got plenty of
You
white
got
stuff.
plenty. It's still there.
Lots of white stuff.
It's not being replaced. It's not going anywhere. It never was. And they're still making news. Last I checked, Bruce Wayne, Peter Parker, Clark Kent, still making.
When you check last.
Still lots of stories for those guys. Plenty of stories. They're not stopping them anytime soon. And Miles Morales did not encroach on Peter Parker one bit. It just enhanced everything that was going on. So they were proven wrong on that completely.
It's such a weird reaction.
But that's what has to happen. They need to be proven wrong so vehemently that they can never come back and say, oh, see, told you so. And Miles did that, so like with black characters throughout history, they had to keep proving themselves over and over again until they're so normalized now that no one can really, if you say anything, you're just an outcast.
Yeah.
And that's the way
it's becoming less and less.
It's definitely becoming less. There's a louder,
there's more pushback now.
There's a loud pushback from a fewer amount of people.
Yeah.
But they're just loud because everyone has.
No, but I think there's more of a pushback now against them.
Everyone has a television studio in their pocket now. Everyone can sound off. Everyone has a platform. It used to be if you had these ideas, you could only tell your neighbors. Anyone would listen to you, and then they'd ostracize you, and you go back to your basement. Yeah.
You said
now they can. Now all these guys get together, and hate all together at once.
We need to bring bullying back. That's what we need to
Bring,
do.
bring the bullying back to get rid
For
of
the people who need to be bullied, the weirdos.
See, it's all the left's fault. They took away bullying, and
It
now all
really
the
is. Yeah.
Speaking of changes, so
Silver Surfers have penises. Okay, that's the way it is. You ride a surfboard without a penis.
it's just people are losing their collective shit.
All right, let's just stay calm here. Don't get all crazy on me.
Of course. And this was not even a surprise. They said this.
I've heard this for a while.
Yeah, but then you know what happened? Some insider said it was debunked and it wasn't
really?
happening. Yeah, so see, you can't trust this stuff. They said it was debunked. It's not happening. It's going to be the original Silver Surfer, and then bam, they hire what's her name? Julia
Garner.
Yeah, Julia Garner, who was amazing in Ozark. Did you watch Ozark?
I didn't like Ozark.
What do you mean you didn't like?
I mean, I know it was good. I just didn't care for it. It wasn't my thing. Why can't you separate the fact that I can know something's good and it just not be my thing?
You're fired. Okay, you're fired.
I keep coming back.
How can you not like Ozark?
It's just not for me.
It
doesn't mean it's not good.
Incredible.
That's fine. I agree.
You
It's
liked
good.
Breaking Bad.
It's the best show ever.
Okay, it's like
That is not as good as Breaking Bad.
it's Breaking Bad, Brad.
It's not even the same.
It's Breaking
Right.
Bad adjacent.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's not even in the same gated community. Okay. It lives across.
It's about
train
the
tracks.
Mexican cartel, a guy that
I know
gets
what it's
in
about.
too deep.
You're
How
saying
is
it's as good at writing.
I didn't say it was as good.
You're
Okay?
saying it's better than Breaking Bad.
It's incredible. It's its own thing.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
I'll
One
try
of
to watch it again.
top 5 shows I've ever seen.
I'll try to watch it again.
Try
Top
to watch
5.
it again. Yes.
Rank it
How
right now.
many did
Rank
you
it.
get in?
Rank it right now.
I don't know. I don't have a list.
Better than Game of Thrones.
Better than Game of yes, because of the way Game of Thrones ended.
Take the ending out. You didn't see the ending of Game of Thrones.
No, you can't take the ending out. The ending is
just
the whole
did.
show. That's what you're waiting for. You watch all of the show, all of the episodes to get to the ending, and the ending was shit. Okay, Ozark ending was really good.
Top 5 shows all time. Go.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not prepared for that. I don't have my number 2 pencil.
Ozark's in there. Your top 5.
Ozark's
all
in my
time.
top 5. Yeah,
Bullshit.
it's amazing. It's an incredible show. Jason Bateman carries. I mean, he doesn't have to carry it because there are other great actors on that show, but he's just incredible. He's so good. And she was something else, man. In that
Better
she's a
than
powerhouse.
Sopranos? Better than Sopranos?
Ozark's better than Sopranos.
No.
Yes. Yeah,
You're
it is. Sopranos
Better
is not in
than
my top 5.
Sopranos.
Sopranos is not in my
What?
top 5. A lot of great moments in Sopranos, but not as a complete series. It's not one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
You just lost all credibility.
It's in my top 10.
10.
Yeah, it's in my
Might
top
as well
10.
pick a piss on it. You spit on it.
Anyway, Julia Garner was incredible in Ozark, and she'll be incredible in this role.
She's going to be all CGI'd anyway.
People are acting like this is some new character they just pulled out of their ass. This character is from the 60s. She was in Silver Surfer #1, the very first one. It was his love interest. And she does become a Silver Surfer, and that was 24 years ago. All right, she's been a Silver Surfer 24 years, that origin story. So it's not like something they just, it's just some woke addition. Okay, the MCU, everyone has to get this straight. The MCU is not a one-to-one adaptation of the comic books. It never has been. There's been all kinds of changes in Civil War, in the Infinity Gauntlet. There's been all kinds of changes throughout all those stories.
Yeah, all of them.
Certain characters were not even there for some events. Certain characters have been changed.
Fat Thor.
I mean, yeah, Ant-Man, Scott Lang is the main Ant-Man in this. They still have
Well, Adam Warlock was completely different.
Adam Warlock wasn't even in the Infinity saga here. It's an adaptation. Adaptations are exactly that. They're not a one-to-one. So to go crazy over this, we still might get the Silver Surfer,
down the
Nolan
road.
Rad. They still might get him at some point. They might be building up to it. You don't know. This telling of the Fantastic Four obviously has to be different because they're setting it back in
It's
the
a whole different-
50s?
The 60s.
In the 60s and 50s. So they're going to like Captain America.
But it's not even the 60s, our 60s. It's like an alternate 60s.
Oh, in a
Because
different
they
universe.
just showed, do you see the poster for the 4-4? It was just 4-4.
I
April
think
4th.
I missed it.
It shows Human Torch
Okay.
and the city's behind them, but it looks like a futuristic.
So
city.
maybe like a universe
It's an
from one of
alternate
the
1960s.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, one
Something
of
like
those
that.
alternate
Yeah.
universes, right?
Yeah.
And then
Completely different.
and then the reason why no one knows who they are is because they're probably coming from a different
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
So
I mean, everything they've done so far has been very good. Just let them cook.
somebody was on Instagram the other day, and they're like, "Oh, there has been nothing good after Endgame." And I'm just like, dude, get
Nothing good.
off it. Just get lost. What do you mean?
It's all the same. It's all Endgame.
You
Was,
can't- yeah, it's like
it's
not
the same
all tail-
formula they've been using.
It's not all tailored just to you. So sorry. There has been
nothing good since
It's okay.
Endgame. That's
Yeah,
insane.
nothing good. Like, okay, first of all, you lose
I've
all
watched every second of everything.
you lose all credibility with that because you didn't see Loki. All right, Loki season 1 and 2 is some of the best comic book storytelling
Great.
of all time.
Yeah.
Of all
That
time,
whole thing was great.
I'll put Loki season 2 up against anything.
Mhm.
Anything. That was just incredible. You're going to say that nothing was good
It's
after
great
Endgame?
science fiction.
It's
That was
great science
Yeah.
fiction. Incredible science fiction.
And Moon Knight was
Yeah,
great.
totally unique.
Hawkeye was good, which I
Hawkeye-
thought would suck.
I watch Hawkeye. That's a Christmas thing now. We watch Hawkeye every
great
Christmas.
show.
Yeah, it's like it's right up there with like A Christmas Story,
Mhm.
Christmas Vacation. We have to watch Hawkeye. There has been literally only one thing I would call actually 100% not a good entry in the MCU for the MCU. Like the only thing I would say is just bad, flat out bad, was Thor: Love and Thunder. Like that's the only one.
I didn't hate Thor: Love and
I mean,
Thunder.
I kind of hated it.
I didn't like She-Hulk.
See that She-Hulk's not for you.
Yeah.
That's fine, not for you. But guess who did like it? Wife and kid loved
Right.
it, and that made them fans.
Mm.
You have they
That's
have
what we're doing things for women now. What kind of
my
world
kid.
are we living in?
My kid didn't miss one episode of She-Hulk, not one episode of Ms. Marvel. And it made her a fan. She bought, she went and bought merchandise. She got T-shirts and things like that. Wanted to go to the theme park. They have to reach out to other than 40-year-old men. They have to.
No.
They have to make things for
You forget that too,
younger
it's a
audiences.
business, too.
It's a business.
Not-
Nothing gets made if the cash doesn't come in.
no.
If they don't have new fans coming in behind us. All right. So just because you don't like something doesn't mean it shouldn't have been made. It just means, hey, maybe it wasn't for you. Okay. It reached a different
Why wasn't it for me?
reached a different audience and made fans of those people who now see more, who have gone to more stuff afterwards and purchased tickets and bought merchandise, went to the theme parks. Everyone thinks everyone's so entitled to just having every entity be tailored to them. This is the best example of
What's his name?
doubling down. Just absolutely, you have no humility to admit when
Because you're online.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
This guy was complaining there was nothing good after Endgame, right? And so I gave him a list of things to try, including.
To try.
I said, here's at
To
least
try
this-
being a human being.
right. At least watch this list. If he's telling the truth, I don't even know if he's telling the truth, but I'm like, at least watch this list here. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Black Panther: Wakanda, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and a bunch of shows, Loki, Moon Knight. At least try that. So in the comments below, someone just it just can't be a serious comment, but I'm scared that it is. This person said that the only reason No Way Home was good is because Sony was involved.
What?
Like, talk about having a hard-on for Disney.
No one's ever said that comment. Ever. Sony
Like, this is how much you hate Disney, that you're going to perpetuate a completely false narrative and double down on it, just because you don't want to give credit to Disney for anything.
Were you talking to the head of Sony?
This guy's name is
Mike P. Sony.
Mike P. Sony. Oh, this is the guy.
That's the only guy who would do that.
I mean, holy shit. How can, with all the shit that Sony has put out.
Not one good piece.
No, I mean, the animation. That's all they've done
yeah,
that's good. The Toby movies were good. 1 and 2 were good. 3 was a tragedy. All right. And then it's debatable on what you think about The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I
watched
enjoy
it
them.
the other day. It's better than I remember.
Yeah.
It's not bad. He wasn't
No,
bad.
they're not bad movies.
not
They're not
terrible.
bad movies, and
No.
he's great,
Yeah,
and so is
he's very
she.
good. Yeah, she's good too.
What's her name? What's her name?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone,
right?
right? Yeah,
No,
no, we
right.
gotta. We're not going through this again. Emma Stone is her
Emma
name.
Stone. I know hot chicks' names.
Emma Ruby. No, Emma Stone. She was the chemistry between them was better than any
And
chemistry.
the suit was good too. It was a good suit.
Suit was pretty good. I didn't like the eyes in the first one. They would do it dark.
Yeah.
But I liked the second one was an improvement. He was the best. He was the best Peter Parker.
He was good. He was
Yeah.
good.
He was
better
really
than
great.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire
I
had
didn't
like
Tobey
a.
Maguire.
I like Tobey Maguire.
He was like too.
Yeah, he had the nerd factor down though,
because
because Peter.
too
Remember,
much. It was like too nerdy.
Peter Parker's supposed to be a nerd, and
But
he
not
played it.
so nerdy.
Yeah, in the beginning, yes, supposed to be very nerdy in the beginning.
Maybe.
Andrew Garfield was almost too cool a little bit, but he was he was still good.
Yeah.
He was almost a little too cool.
Well, it was
And then
like a different
Holland's a
take.
perfect combo of the two. Holland
I
is
just
really
wish Holland was like bigger.
no. He's supposed to be small. What are you talking about? He's perfect
I
size.
guess I wanted to be like more confident in the next movie. You know, like be Spider.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Right.
he's still like unsure.
Well,
through
I
these
thought he
movies.
kind of did that at the end of the second one.
A little bit.
When he got his spider sense and he went through that awesome hallway scene and he beats Mysterio.
Yeah.
That was a great. That's a great
But
scene.
I want a full movie of him like knowing who he is.
Of
you know?
super
He's-
confident.
he's
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Well, maybe in the next one now because he's all on his own now.
Yeah.
And he has to home make everything now again. He's back to like original Spider-Man. No Tony Stark tech.
Like Rocky
you know?
5.
He's got Rocky 5. The only good comparison to Rocky 5 ever made. It is kind of like Rocky 5. Yeah, he's got to go. He's poor now again. No high tech. He's got to make everything himself. But he is a good combo of the two. But yeah, those. So you can give Sony credit for they haven't done everything wrong, but a lot of shit has been bad. And to have such hate for Disney, to say the only reason that No Way Home was good because Sony was involved. Did
you go back at him?
I mean, yeah, I wrote to him. I was like, let me get this straight. You're stating that Sony is the hallmark of credibility for great comic book adaptation films, and people join in like, yeah, dude, Sony sucks. The Venom movies are terrible. Madam Web,
terrible.
that was a horror show.
What a waste of Carnage.
Yeah,
and
Carnage.
Woody
Right.
Harrelson.
Yeah, really.
To make Woody Harrelson look bad in the movie is hard to do.
Because I was excited about
great.
Woody Harrelson being Carnage, but that was just
disgusting.
bad movie. Really bad movie. Just wasted.
Yeah.
It was like when they wasted Bane in Batman Forever.
Right.
That was really bad
Kevin
too.
Spacey as Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
It
that was it was waste. Yeah. Well, no, maybe somebody will be able to redo it someday.
Just take all those waste and put them in one movie.
And then somehow they're going to have to fold it into the MCU now because all that stuff is canon in the Sonyverse now. So they're going to have to find a way to make it good somehow, some way. I mean, Tom Hardy's good. He's good as Eddie Brock.
Good. And it didn't look bad. The Venom looked
No,
okay.
the effects are great. It's the writing.
It was terrible.
The writing is just terrible. The story to the plot is garbage, Okay, so you introduced this one.
What is this? Oh, yeah.
You brought this up.
Yeah. Yes, this is the 90s Avengers, like a what if the popular actors of that time were cast.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's badass. You could buy that.
That
Definitely
totally-
Cruise as Iron Man. Yeah, that's like a no-brainer.
Mm.
They
Can
could
we
still
do-
use him. I still think they could use him as
He
an
would do
evil
all his
Iron
own
Man.
stunts.
You do all his own stunts, yeah. Pit as Captain
I don't know if
America.
I love that.
It would work.
Yeah, I mean, we
It
do
would have worked.
Yeah.
Dolph
great.
Lundgren as
He
Thor.
might be too big for Thor. Too tall.
Too tall? It would have been good.
Yeah.
That would have
But
worked.
he was older in the 90s already, though.
Yeah,
That-
he would. DiCaprio was Spider-Man. The
Yeah.
younger DiCaprio,
he's
yeah.
fine. He's similar to Tobey Maguire.
Johnny Depp
That's
as
a good
Doctor
one.
Strange. That would,
If
yeah.
you do the Caribbean voice, the pirate voice.
he just does Captain Jack anyway. Oh yeah, of course, no brainer.
I would
No
watch anything
brainer.
he does.
I would like to see a CGI reverted, de-aged version of that. To see him play
Ben
Black
Stiller's
Panther.
Good.
Ben
He's
Stiller would
almost
be
like
good.
the
Yeah, I mean that's you're
similar
getting
to-
the comedian to
Yeah.
play Ant-Man. Angelina. Oh yeah, that would
Oh,
work
yeah.
too. Angelina Jolie as Black Widow.
You know the budget on this movie just from the actors?
Oh, Jim Carrey as Loki.
That'd
As
be
long as he didn't, he would play it over the top, a
Yeah,
little
do
over the
some
top
weird
though.
choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
That's
Coveney as
weird,
Hulk.
too. I don't know if I love that.
I think it works. That's pretty cool. Oh, Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
as Falcon.
A lot of them I think were too old though at this point too.
They might have been a little too old
Yeah.
in the '90s. Well, not really. I mean, Eddie
Kevin
Murphy was still
Costner?
doing Beverly Hills Cop in the '90s. Christian Bale is Quicksilver. Young Christian Bale.
I don't know.
Scarlet Witch. Yeah. Charlize Theron's in it now.
Yeah. Well, he could
Cuba
do
Gooding. I
that
forgot
anymore.
about Cuba Gooding Jr.
I think he's in trouble, isn't he?
Is he in trouble?
I think so.
What did he do?
Something.
Oh,
bad.
that's perfect. David Bowie is Vision.
He'd be a weird Vision.
That would be awesome. Actually, he would have been a better Supreme.
Strange?
No, Supreme. Sorcerer Supreme. David Bowie. Who's this as Thanos?
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, Ron Perlman. Yeah.
Ron Perlman. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be. I mean, he did Hellboy.
Yeah.
It'd be similar. That's pretty cool.
I mean, the budget on that film was like $1 billion just
Right.
on the acting.
Well, I mean,
alone.
what was the budget on Endgame? I mean, they had a lot of stars,
Yeah,
but I guess they
not-
weren't.
I
in-
mean, Tom Cruise and Eddie
Right,
Murphy.
right.
Jesus Christ.
You would have to back up the Brinks truck for that one.
And they all want points too. Did you see the picture of Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster?
No, what's
There's
that?
a photo out. He's playing Frankenstein's monster.
That's going to be a real movie?
Yeah. You should
Really?
see him.
Christian
you know
Bale?
how he gets.
Yeah, he
I
gets.
think he had them like
I think he walks.
take them apart and put them back together.
I think he walks around set.
I'm sure he does.
I'm in character.
But it's like a weird looking. He's real weird looking.
So yeah, that's basically it for this week. I was thinking of a sign off, and I came up with something.
I don't like it. Is this something you're just gonna do?
Well, you want to be involved?
I don't know. Let's see what it is.
No, you got to say yes or no before I tell you.
No, absolutely not.
Same unchosen time.
Nope. I know where you're going, and it's a no.
Same unchosen
Veto.
channel.
I'm using my veto. Like, subscribe, comment. You forget that every time.
What'd I forget?
Like, subscribe, comment.
Oh yeah, like,
We're doing
subscribe,
this.
comment,
I want to stop working.
please, so we can stop bitching all the time.
DM me if you're hot. Not one DM.
No
yet.
one's DMing you.
Nothing yet.
Absolutely no one. And if they do, they're just gonna cut you open for your kidneys. Put you in an
Fine.
ice tub bath.
I'm cool. I'm down.